Hey, Christy here from Rewire. Thank you for being here. I always like to jump on here when somebody asks me a question and just answer it. So that way, I feel like I'm doing a little bit better service that way, maybe. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to do with this. So I'm promoting right now a new system. And it's not really a system. It is a system. It's the way your body works. And so I'm teaching it step by step in a day-by-day program that you literally get daily instruction. Do this for this period of time at this time of day, boom, 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 right? So it's basically what I was shown to do by my angel team, if you will, including heart coherence, a ladder of awareness, like all the functional stuff that has aided me in getting to know my spirit and getting to the place where I can hear and I do more functionally inside my life because of it. But one of the things in one of the promotions that I sent out had said, I've tried everything, and I have, and pretty much anything anybody else has tried, I have tried. And one of those things is PSYCH-K. And so he was asking, I mentioned I had an issue because of a balance in PSYCH-K, and what was that, and why haven't I been able to fix it? And I want to explain why. The balance itself was their VAC, visual, auditory, kinetic kind of thing. So you're literally writing things down. You see it visually, you see it auditorily, you see it kinetically. You use a whole brain state, so you're putting the information that you're wanting into your subconscious, basically. It was muscle tested. It was all of this stuff. And one of the things that you're supposed to do is sit down and kind of go through what could be some adverse side effects of this idea that you're trying to do. And so we did that and thought of adverse side effects. But sometimes, and here's where this kind of an idea can go awry, you cannot see into the future, right? The best of the best, the highest levels of consciousness can get it right most of the time, but most of us don't. Most of us can't look, and especially if it's your own issue, you can't look deep enough past it, deep enough through it, deep enough into it, however you would look at that, to be able to forecast what could possibly go wrong with me doing the things that I'm right in my mind thinking this is going to be a good idea. And so trying to rectify a situation by using the VAC of PSYCH-K turned into a holy mess in my life. And I won't lie about it at this point. It is what it is. Why can't it be undone? Because it involved other people, right? So the thing I was trying to correct was a thing with my daughter that had already been a mess for a while because of things I didn't understand. They weren't talking. She wasn't talking. We didn't know what was going on. But it was an ongoing issue for quite a while, ever since another person had stepped into her life, which turned into her husband. And I seriously just won't hide it. I won't lie about any of it anymore. And I haven't been lying about it. I just don't talk about it. But I'm to a place in my life where I'm at such peace and I am so neutral. And neutrality in the level of consciousness is peace, right? So you reach this level of peace and you're like, hey, and I think it's bettered her life, the long run of it. I actually think in some aspects, like when you get beyond all the stuff, the very strangeness of it, it's bettered my life. It's forced me to find a new hand and it's put me in the position where I do what I do now. So it drove me deeper inside. It drove me closer to spirit, to my spirit, to find my spirit, to activate words of wisdom, all kinds of stuff. So in that aspect, it's been good. What hasn't been able to be undone is the damage of us not talking, is the damage of a connection, right? So what it did was create such a huge well and put a huge barrier in between us that so far it hasn't been approached or tried to be bridged, and the few things that I have tried to do have met with absolute silence. And the last thing she had said to me was, give me my space. Boom, you got it, sister. I don't know what else to do. You can only apologize so many times. You can only try and take things back so many times. And on her end of it, I don't know if she realizes the damage that they had done before the thing that we had done. It's a huge kind of thing. And at the end of the day, in my head, that PSYCH-K balance was a pivotal moment. That was a tipping point in my thought process. And didn't work out so well because we couldn't see the other side of it. I don't care how good of a muscle tester you are not going to muscle test what could possibly go wrong with this into a balance. Right? We could not think of enough scenarios that would have taken us to the degree that this ended up going into. We just didn't. So that's the answer to that question. I mentioned that I had damage. He called it damage. I don't believe I used that word. There was an issue that had been done from using a PSYCH-K protocol. Yes. That I haven't been able to undo. No. It would require more than just me undoing at this point, right? It was more than one person, even though the balance was done in my subconscious. It was a huge, it was more than just me, right? So I can't undo something that caused an effect on another person until they're ready to open their mouth and say, what the hell? Or what the heck? Or, right? Or whatever. And I just bless her in that, right? I bless her in that. I seriously do. Go be yourself. Go be your person. Go do your thing. If that helped, if that made a difference for you, getting away and going in, because even before that, our lives were like, there was just turbulence, right? Because of my subconscious past from my childhood and things I didn't recognize. And you can only do what you can do when you can do it. And that's the point I've come to. And that's the point I'm at right now. I can only do what I can do when I can do it. And if my best effort is to stay in coherence and I know my spirit and I talk to God, I don't ask for much more. This is pretty darn great. Does that make sense? I hope that helped. I will send this link to the person who sent me the email asking the question. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. There's really, if I have an answer, there is no question that is out of bounds. If I don't have an answer, I'll just get on here and tell you that I really don't know. And I don't mind telling you that either, because I would rather you know that I don't know so you can go find out somewhere else. Okay? All right. I bless you. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being here. And we'll talk to you again soon.